Alrighty guys, we are here with another bowdisciples video from the bow and arrow shop in Lakeside. This is where you get some more of the technical videos, form, tech tips, stuff like that. And in today's video we have a pretty cool one. We have Matt here who hasn't been in a video for a little while, so it's fun to have him here. He's been wanting to switch from an index finger style release to a thumb style release for quite some time. So in this video we're going to put the two head to head, index finger versus the thumb release, and have Bruce kind of break down the benefits and cons of each one, have Matt shoot a bunch, see what he likes best, and we'll go from there. So we're really excited about it. Below this video you'll see we do have super likes out now, so if you guys want to give that a try, go right ahead and we'll maybe get you a shout out or something in the upcoming videos. We also have a bunch of new merch on the website, bowdisciples.com, and we still have free domestic shipping in the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska, so check that out. And I'm excited to dive into the video, so let's head in and check it out.
Do we have volume?
We're rolling.
Are we rolling?
Yes.
Okay, bud. So today, James Maniac wants to do a comparison between a trigger release and a thumb release. We're going to be shooting the Onyx from Stan, new this year. Pros and cons between this and pros and cons between this. Some differences. A lot of people nowadays, they all say, I want a back tension release, and the first thing they come to is this. Back tension is just a style of break, right? We did that before. If you trigger this or if you trigger this, they're both trigger shots. So what I want to do is I just want to see you hit a couple with that, and what I'm going to try to do is make this and that match out everything by changing your anchor with your trigger to match. For me, like we were talking about earlier, that's nice, super nice release for a backup release off your primary.
I've been wanting to do this for a little bit. Main reason being, when I like having this just fixed here, you don't have to worry about grabbing it. When it's ready, you can clip it on. When I'm drawing in this fist position with my finger behind the trigger so you don't accidentally hit it like I've done, this up until here feels great. As soon as I have to go for this finger, I start to slide down my face, especially when you got sweat and sunscreen or makeup on or whatever. It really starts to lose that as soon as I lose that corner of my knuckle. So that's my biggest gripe and reason to want to try a thumb. Less movement in my hand once I'm back in the draw.
So a lot of guys, to combat that, they'll put their finger on top of the body, so it's just an anchor to drop your finger in.
Right.
Or what I'm going to do today is I'm going to change your anchor. I'm going to shorten that release, because you got a kisser, right? So we can go cradle the jaw, ride the rail, thumb on jaw line, and you're already right there. So there's none of this. But a lot of guys, when you come here, because that's one of the positives of a trigger compared to a thumb, is I find 10 times more repeatability here.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they got a solid anchor, and what they're doing is if you're here or here, or
Right,
here
your
or
jaw
here.
corner.
And I've played with my thumb. I've played with here to here, and you literally will have a group and a group of arrows. So it's a massive thing. Hence why I always hit. Some guys are going to the nose button. I use a kisser because I got kisser here, and I've just laid my hand flat, kind of like what you're shooting, James, with your hand flat against your jawbone.
Okay.
But it's a massive difference from this angle to this angle.
So, which you won't necessarily notice.
Absolutely. And you'll see your peep actually move with your hand moving. So everybody, as long as you can get repeatable on that like that, it's a beautiful thing, right? But back to the repeatability here. A lot of guys, to combat what you do, they'll just pivot in their hand, bring it around so you're still up in that pocket. For you today, we're going to shorten and change to try to match, right? So kind of the pro on this, a little bit more repeatability. It's easy, your hand lays natural, compared to a thumb trigger where this or this will kill you, or this or this will kill you. So there's some pros and cons on that, and there's some pros and cons on that. So what I want to see on you, knock an arrow up. This time don't bend the trigger or shoot it. Cradle your jaw. So look at me, there's no daylight here. Thumbs up against the bottom of your jaw. Try it real quick without the bow. Yeah, that's money. Come behind that jawbone hard. Yep. Don't leave there. Keep that thumb up and under. And then just come around. My guess is we're going to have to go a little shorter here. Let's try it and look at your draw length first.
So when you're doing that, you draw open-handed?
No, go ahead and do what you do. Yeah, because it's going to be a natural lay. Nope. Cradle the jawbone forward. Now, put the kisser in. Nose. Now, just drop your fingers on the trigger. Come around it. Now, where is everything at on you right now?
It's not bad.
Does your peep line up or is it a little high?
It's a little high.
Okay. So what I'm going to do to bring your peep down, I'm going to shorten this up here, which will gobble that up and bring the peep a little bit lower. That's going to give you a little deeper finger too.
Okay.
I shortened you up here, but I also tightened you up one hole because it's leather, it stretches. So con, right? Anytime you get into a leather strap, for sure, you're going to get leather stretch. This is going to be your hand. I still shoot a sling on mine. This one you can't because they don't have a hole for it.
Oh, really?
But I shoot the first gen stand, the Perfects.
Okay.
And I actually have a sling, so when I'm hunting, I can just tuck it up, glass,
Yeah.
whatever.
With this one, what would you do?
Here you're gonna
Keep it
have
in the pocket, or
you're gonna have to put it in your pocket. My biggest fear was I'm gonna go to reach something in my
It's
6
not gonna
pocket
be there.
pant and go bloop. Oh yeah, about this shoulder. How'd that do?
I'm not gonna lie, that feels pretty good.
Okay, now just put your finger on the trigger. Come up to your first knuckle. Yeah,
Here and
you're right there. Okay, push that bow. Now watch this. Drop these 3 fingers. Put your finger around it. Don't move your finger anymore. Just start to pull back your whole arm. Let the pin move and just, yep. So you just shot a back tension shot. So back tension release isn't a thumb style.
It's
you
the
just
style,
did.
right?
How'd that feel?
No, that felt pretty good.
Nice surprise, right?
Having it, I think before I was maybe trying to make this big C and hook my face. Almost a more relaxed, looser hand kind of tends to, for me at least, I mean, I'm sure everyone's jaw, face is different, tends to capture the bone better.
Yeah.
Way my jaw.
You got to define jawline, so get behind it. Too many guys,
Yeah.
I'll show that to them. They come here instead of here.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll come in at an angle when I was shooting that style,
Right.
and then cup in.
Okay.
New this year, Stanlovsky makes it. Onyx release, really, really nice. Comes as a 3-finger. Comes different size barrels, 3 different size rods, so you can bring it to you. I've kind of moved this one forward for you, so when you come in, I like to come into here, and I like to kind of block myself out by touching thumb and index, and that way I get a clean pull. But I find on a lot of guys when they do this, they tend to get punched.
If you're drawing
right?
on the release already.
You're never going to want to draw like that, right? So when you draw everything behind, because
Okay.
once again, if you're drawing like this,
Now
you're
you're
going to have that come up and around, and then try to touch these 2. You're going
Okay.
to probably shoot one just until you, don't be afraid to play this game to get, and then bring it back even hand pressure.
Okay.
This is new to them, so some guys will rest their pinky on here and then start to pull. Some guys take this off and they'll shoot it as a 2-finger, so you have that option. It's all removable,
Oh, okay.
right? So you can go a lot of different ways with it.
Okay.
So for this one, on your anchor, you're going to do this because I'm going to want a double knuckle touch. So that line right there, feel this right here, feel that jawbone right there. I want that to essentially be right in top and bottom of jawline. I want your bone and the jawline in the middle of your knuckle. Yep. Now, if you look at that shot and what we were talking about earlier, if you shoot one here and then bring all your knuckles or hand flat, if you will,
Right.
that's going to give you a group and a group.
Sure.
So pick your poison. A lot of guys like
also holds better.
a lot of guys will like this better because you don't get as, when I notice when I do this, I pick up more face pressure on the string to my face compared to here. So that's something that you're going to want to figure out, but repeat it. Because like I said, you will get different points of impact.
The repeatability.
What I'd like to know, what I'm hoping for here, is that kisser and peephole line up, because now you got primary, secondary release.
Right. Okay.
That's your set, that's your trigger. So when you set it, if you don't push that in, see how your head's just loose?
Right.
So you're gonna push it, come in. And the cool thing about this, a lot of guys, if you're sitting in a tree stand, once you hook it on, it's got a catch on the bottom, so you can just let go and it's not gonna come off.
You want this piece into the web of
The
your fingers as
reason,
deep as
that's
you
actually
can?
a great question. Pull your hand out. So what's nice about this, they have small, medium, and large. I shoot a medium, my hand merits a large, but what I like about the medium, feel how it kind of blocks your knuckles?
Yeah, that was happening.
So right now that's gonna give you a repeatable hand, because if you come in here,
okay.
or like what you had, I can't even get my finger in there.
Yeah.
But if you come in super deep like that,
Right.
then you're getting different peep heights, one.
Sure.
Two, it's gonna give you more hand tension through here, because if you go to shoot like this, and then the next shot you do this,
Right.
you're playing
That's
with
all variables.
groups, right?
Yep.
So for me, first knuckle, and you want
So it's
double
almost a
knuckle
check.
touch.
Run until the knuckle doesn't go.
That's why I shoot a medium.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yep. Okay, kisser in the corner of your mouth. Hit that as a priority check 1 first. Go to your kisser. I want to see where you land. Okay, does everything line out right there?
The peep is, yeah.
Okay, stand up here. Drop this shoulder down. Okay, where's everything lining on you? I'm gonna put my hand in here. Put that kisser in your face. Yep. Everything line up?
Yep.
Okay, shoot this one for me. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions after. Bring your thumb around. Don't be afraid of the trigger. Come into it. I've got this one set a little hot. Okay, stop. Now, push the bow forward and just start to pull your arm back. Yep. So it's the same premise of you breaking a shot here, right?
Right.
As what you just did here. Don't be afraid. Let me see that real quick. So what you're doing is you're trying to get your depth around the touch.
Right.
So if you're here, So I can rock it with my fingers.
And
so
that
bring
kind of brings
back
it deeper just
and
by
then
doing that
settle
rock.
it back in. Yeah, because
Okay.
what you're doing is
Right.
you're here and you're trying to come around.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys will trigger.
Right.
So bring it back,
Just pull more
touch,
index.
and then go even hand pressure.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to pick up, let up on the index, pick up on the
Take it
ring.
deeper in the hand.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Go. Start again, buddy. The best of both worlds for you.
Right.
Your kisser's your anchor, and now you got two releases, primary, secondary.
Okay.
So for you on this one, just go straight to the kisser, the corner of the mouth. Okay. Corner of the mouth. Yep. Now, yes, beautiful. Don't break that wrist. Drive your shot forward in the front arm. Now, you're done up front. Rock it back and forth and bring your thumb around. Rock it more. Now bring your thumb to your index. Now, yep. Okay, you just understand what you mean?
Yeah, I shocked myself, but I did.
So don't be afraid to rock it more.
Yeah, no, I can feel that.
You gel hand, I can tell you're nervous on that.
Yeah, it's new.
Relax your fingers. Just don't let go of that damn release. Dang, that big old manly poundage. So you see me rocking this?
Yep.
So don't be afraid to rock it, touch,
Okay.
and then once you're here, then you can just start to pull, 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 pull.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I finally felt that rocking in the release, and then the shot went off.
It's nerve-wracking for most guys because you're afraid they're gonna, and I just fixed a boat that this happened to. Slipped out of the guy's hand, hit the riser, had to replace his wheels on his roller. So
Oh, really?
It's a major deal.
I guess you start thinking about everything else, and then forget yourself to hold on to this, as opposed to the strap on your wrist.
too loose-handed and relaxed.
Got it.
What are you noticing the differences so far?
Well, I mean, it's tough to compare the two because this bow, everything else was set up for the index release. Now to try to switch to this, there's a lot of things changing. I do like once it becomes comfortable enough. I like being in this position, and then this is the release as opposed to the finger. I just feel like this fist offers less movement, which to me is a lot better. I've never liked having the big sweep, and then the finger. I feel like this can also get punchy versus this one. You're just kind of gently closing your fists until it goes off. So I don't know. I'll have to keep shooting them though.
Native straps, beautiful strap. And what I love about this, so this is what's on both my Perfexes. But you put this on and this is no more, no less than a safety catch. But now, right, with the Native system, you can take it when I'm hunting and I can tuck it under here, right?
Plastic.
And now I can glass, do whatever I want, or if I'm going for the big, and then another cool thing, once I have it here, if I'm in a hurry, I can just shake it out
See how
and
loose
got
off.
it, right? But if I'm on for the big hump or I'm going up a mountain, then I can tuck the whole thing under and that's not gonna shake out.
Got
So
it.
for me, this is bread and butter. And I can pivot this head this way or this way for angle. I can pivot this forward and backwards. And I can also bring this with the rod lengths because you have different rods that come with this. So I can bring this higher in your hand or shorter. Right now you've got the short rod in there. But right now, if you can just get this, you're gonna have a beautiful set. That's
So
about where
on
the shoot line.
on this pad of the knuckle or the
I
finger
like
is
to
where you want
block it.
touch.
See that knuckle right there where it joins into
Sure,
the pad?
right.
And that gives me a nice touch here.
Okay.
Once again, if you come out here, you're not gonna get that touch.
Okay.
And you're gonna get more punchy.
Yeah. As
You
opposed
come
to-
into here, once again, just rock it.
Yeah.
And bring it.
Okay, I like that.
This is something you're gonna wanna fine tune for your touch.
Sure.
Because you have all these grooves,
There's a lot of
loosen these
adjustments, like
screws.
you're saying.
And you can do so much here. I
Right.
can pivot the head this way, and then you also have different diameters like we were saying earlier. Another cool thing about the Onyx for you to just do test, this threads into here. Once you set that, you're gonna notice that I can thread that into there, and this head will never release. So it's a safety check. So if you just wanna break shots at your house without breaking the shot, so listen, I just broke a shot, but it's not going
it
to let
never
go.
went.
So
Oh,
you can pull
interesting.
back at your house with an arrow in,
Sure.
put it on the target, click,
But then
okay, that was a
it's
nice
on
back
above.
tension shot. So it's a
Interesting.
training device,
Oh, neat. Okay.
but it comes on the release. Okay, kiss her in the corner of your mouth. Now, kind of relax your fingers, right, like we talked. Put your thumb up around it.
Well, that's a big
Yep.
in itself.
Now touch your thumb and index on the end.
That's not something you're probably gonna be able to
Beautiful.
say, buddy.
You're good.
Oh, I hope not. I'd rather have
Bring it in.
it right now.
Trying to figure
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
Just touch. Okay, now once you've got that, even your hand pressure back out on finger. Oh, nice release.
I gotta stop scaring myself.
Now that's
But yeah,
tension or
we're
release.
trying to find to where they're both touching, and I think it's just a little more rocky.
Because you're still doing this
Right.
instead of that. Okay, come behind hard. Touch your nose. Okay, so lay your hand flatter. So if you notice, can you feel that string more into your face now?
Yeah, for
Now
sure.
pivot your hand like you were before, flatter, the other way. Feel how it pulls the string away from your face?
For sure.
So that's the difference in face pressures. I like the hand up because it's repeatable as hell, but you pick up face pressure on the flight,
Which is gonna push it.
which is going to give you wobble, tail wag on arrow. So pick your poison on what you want to do. Now come around it, touch your thumb and the index.
I don't know whether this. How far is that? How far is my finger from the thumb? My index
The reason why, grab that again. See that angle?
Yeah. That's why I can't
You
reach
want
it.
that, yes, but you're still too tense in your hand. You got to rock. All I'm looking for on you, ring finger pickup, index finger pickup, right?
And the ring index.
Pick up with
finger's gonna
index
bring it-
and then just
it
bring your
to-
hand. So when you went to shoot, you were like that, right?
Okay. I need to.
So I want you to do this, and then even your hand back out. Does that make sense? So you can do this for this, but even your hand back out once you find it.
Got it.
Your shot was this,
Yeah.
because you're holding too much ring.
Okay.
Pick up even hand pressure across ring, middle, and index.
Alright guys, so just to hop in on this video real quick, watching Matt get the feel of this release, I thought I would talk just really quick about how I shoot mine and kind of the process I use. Maybe it'll help Matt or someone watching, but how I like to shoot is when I draw, first of all, I put it as deep as it can go. I run a very thin release. The platform is super, super thin. And the reason I do that, I've messed around with these knuckles like they're doing, but the reason I like in tight is it's never going to change. So I like to get in, just choke it as deep as it could go. And when I'm drawing the bow, almost all of my pressure is between these two fingers. So I'm basically pulling it with two. And then when I get to a draw, I'm pulling off those front two to here, find the draw, peep, and then I come straight to the index like Bruce said. And at this point, I basically try to picture like I'm rotating a clock. I try to rotate this pinky straight backwards, and that's kind of my process.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the barrel right now. What? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Now just bring your thumb to your index. Touch it. You're there. I'm going to do something. No, give me your thumb. No, put your thumb there. Trust me. Feel that thumb and index? Now.
There, I finally
Do you understand?
found it.
Now you're starting to do this.
Yeah.
Cradle the jaw, corner of the mouth, touch your nose, drop your shoulder, push your bow. Oh yeah. Now, stop.
Take care.
Drop these fingers. Drop them. You'll get trigger load. Now load the trigger. Don't move your finger. Push the pin in forward and just break this bow in half. Yep. Load the trigger for me. Put a little love on there. More. Yep.
I'm more used to this, so this feels somewhat more natural. But I do like the feel of the thumb and the fist. I just feel like this right here just feels like a more controlled, less punchy release than my finger.
So what I saw on you, and James probably saw the same thing, I saw more punches on either thumb than I did here.
Yeah. Well, and that's like I was scared using that one when it wasn't touching to put too much more pressure. I already felt like I was loaded, so I did feel yeah.
And it's new too, right?
Well, yeah,
So you're learning
for sure.
something. Where's your peep at? Right there.
It's good.
Okay, I'll shoot it. Touch thumb, bring your thumb the other way, away from me. Yep. Come away from me. Yep. Now come up under your index. Stop. Start to pull.
That's right.
There it
It's just gonna take me some time to find it, but
It's all new to you, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're learning.
This
So
one.
let
I was doing some practicing with this stand to see how I like it, and unfortunately we ruined about $15 or whatever that is, so there she is. I always say your first Robin Hood is fun, after that they're just expensive, so not too pumped on that, but pretty one. Look at that, just split the knock perfect. And I'm gonna pull this back one out and put my tail between my legs and go home.
Come in. Fill it. There you go. Push, pull.
there we go.
Now stand up here. Yep. Pinch me here. Drive that shot. Okay, bring your thumb around it. Touch finger, touch finger, touch finger. Yep, stop. Ring a level. Push the pin forward and just forget about it. Nice.
That's nice.
So what we did, James, just to give him security, sweaty hands, I like putting grip tape in the 2 fingers, so
That is nice.
it'll just give you instead of that slippery feeling, but it's a good little feel.
Money.
Now, did you feel that to be a punch or a pull?
It was punchier than it should be.
So like I said, I'm an 80-20 shooter, 80% pull, and then I finish with just a small
So
little
when you think
touch.
it's there, you just...
And everybody in the big World Wide Web world, all the pros do the same thing. Watch Levi Morgan, he'll come straight out and tell you the same thing.
They're never
He
full
commands
on.
his shot. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Now. Yeah, yeah. Did you see that look on your face?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
Now feel this difference on form. Drop shoulder, drive into the shot. Money.
That's great.
That feels great. Do you feel the explosion in line?
Yeah.
So what happens when I went
Yeah.
too long, I break open, I break left.
Because you're already
But I
past
pin, yeah,
straight, now you're starting to...
and my pin moves because I can't push as hard as I want, and
No,
I'm
it's-
done. And
That feels really good.
it should.
Got it dialed in.
Two perfect.
I went with this stand thumb release. I got it dialed in finally, feeling pretty good for only a few shots with that. And then we're able to still use my index release for a backup. It's not perfect, but it's close enough for a backup. So thanks, Bruce, for getting me dialed in.
Solid work today, man. It was a little rough to start with, but
Yeah.
just like anything, right? Get on the bike and learn it. You did really, really, really well. Just commit to that, only that.
Right.
It's new, right? You want to
Take-
master that.
take
You
a
already
few
know
arrows.
that. Yeah, dude. Solid work.
Cool.
Plus, nice upgrade on the bow.
Yeah.
Wow, deputy.